Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Love and Entertainment. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. A lot's been going on. But today we have a new movie. Again, if you have not seen it, you should probably go watch it because there are going to be spoilers, just so you know. But today we have a movie called Jade. It actually came out in the beginning of 2025. And February, February 18th. I watched it on Tubi. I actually seen this before when it first came out, but I didn't realize it until I rewatched it again. And I was like, oh, I already seen this before. But it actually is a really good movie. It's called Jade. It was, like I said, it was released in February 18th of 2025. And then it was it was re-released with a physical DVD on April 8th, which I thought was interesting because they don't really put out DVDs anymore. So I was like, that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's starring Shayna West, Mickey Rourke, and Mark Dacascos, right? And it was directed by stunt veteran James Bamford. So basically the plot of the movie is when Jade was younger, her and her brother, their parents were killed. And so then they fled the country to basically start a new life. And when they fled the country, when they got to that new place, they were kind of on their own. Gunshots was going on everywhere. They didn't really have nowhere to go. So then they kind of got picked up by this group that was a part of, they had, some gang affiliation with them. And so they were a part of that. And then somewhere down the line, while they were a part of that, she accidentally shot her brother. And then when she shot him, her brother's girlfriend is pregnant with their kids, so they are trying to, she's trying to protect her, basically. And yeah. And then, okay, the thing about the storyline, that's basically what the description for the movie says, but the thing about it is that it doesn't really line up for real, because okay, it helps for the storyline, but that's not really what the movie is about. Literally, the movie doesn't have anything to do with the fact that, she killed her brother or, protecting the baby. It's more just, she was given this hard drive, and then she was, she's just trying to figure out what to do with it, and she just got put on, a wild goose chase. It doesn't really technically have anything to do with the fact that her brother's girlfriend is pregnant. It kind of does, because she's trying to protect him, but it kind of doesn't, because I don't know. It's kind of iffy, because I was really thinking about it, and I was like, it doesn't really have anything to do with it at all. So let's talk about Shayna West real quick. She is the person who plays Jade. She is a martial artist and stunt performer, which she makes a really cool lead, just because she can really fight and move and stuff like that. And it's honestly, what makes the movie pretty good is because Jade is actually a cool person who can fight and do martial arts and all that stuff, with her fro, and you know what I mean? It's actually really cool. It's just I feel the film itself is kind of weird because the plot is kind of off. But if you're not looking for it like that, then it's not a bad movie. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, the other thing is that there isn't really a lot of movies where black women are the lead, and play it really well, unless they're fitting a certain narrative, or they play a stereotypical role. And even then, it's really hard for black women to really look it's really hard for black women to succeed in movies like this where they're the lead. And the last time I really remember them doing it and doing it right is Woman King. And even Woman King didn't really get the recognition that it deserves for it. But I do really like the idea of it being like a cool, black samurai girl with, a British accent, fighting against stuff. You know what I mean? I just feel like there could have been a better way for them to do it. But it honestly isn't like a terrible plot. The storyline honestly kind of reminds me of, I don't know if y'all seen Ava. Basically, she was dating this guy, and he like works for some really bad people, and he ended up making Ava go into like give this businessman like a bunch of like meth in like a suitcase, and he like chained it to him because he was scared that he was gonna get killed if he went and did it, and then it ended up giving her like he ended up putting her on this wild thing, even though it had nothing to do with her, and made it her responsibility. It's kind of the same idea because they kind of just like what's his face? I forgot his name, but the guy kind of just gave Jade the hard drive, even though it had nothing to do with her and it wasn't her responsibility. And then they just made it her responsibility, and then they just put her on a wild goose chase. The only thing that I don't get is why would you... First of all, she should have gave it to Ortiz. I don't know why she just held onto it for that long, because her whole point was to try... Like, I know she tried, and then she kept getting caught and all this other stuff. But the whole point was, like, because the drive genuinely didn't have anything to do with her, and she didn't even know what was on it. So, like, honestly, no matter who she gave it to, it didn't have anything to do with her. So instead of trying to hold it and, like, figure out what's going on with it, she could have just gave it away or something. So that's the only thing I don't get. I mean, personally, if it was me, I probably would have gave it to somebody. If it was Ortiz, if it was... I don't know. But if you're trying to, like, if the whole premise of the movie was to try and protect, your brother's pregnant girlfriend, then, like, why are you know that they could have used her as leverage. Why didn't you just, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't you just give it to somebody else who knows what to do with it? Instead, she was trying to hold it and, like, ask a whole bunch of questions. Like, that's not the point. So then, because her doing that kind of messed up the whole plot of the movie, because now it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she is trying to protect her. It's just, she just has the hard drive and doesn't know what to do with it or who to give it to. But, I mean, I will say the only redeeming quality is that she knows how to fight. And she was kicking it. She was kicking butt. Oh, yeah, and the other thing is that she doesn't use guns because, obviously, gun is what killed her brother. And which kind of gives me like a sort of like a John Wick type of thing. I mean, except he uses guns and stuff. But, like, I don't know, like, one little thing and that's what sets off, like, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? I think I was told that it got like a 6 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I honestly don't believe that. That's kind of pushing it for me. I feel like it really was a good movie. It's just like there was a lot of factors. It was a lot of factors that they could have done differently. Oh yeah, the police were dumb because why? They just like trusted. Just because he was a police officer, just because he thought the other guy was a police officer or whatever, he trusted them off the bat, which didn't really make sense to me. And then it just made it into a whole bigger thing. And then I don't know why Jade was trying to leave it with Layla, like the brother's girlfriend. I don't know why he tried to leave it with her just because she was carrying her brother's kid. Because honestly, I don't think she fully trusted Jade either. Like, I genuinely don't think she fully trusted him or she fully trusted her. So I don't know why she was trying to fully trust her as well. But also, like, aside from that whole part, like, and her trying to save the girlfriend really wasn't a part of it. Like I feel like if they're going to say, oh, the whole movie is about, him protecting his brother's girlfriend, then it should have been more of, like, her and the girlfriend, you know what I mean? Not just Jade. You feel me? Because then it kind of just ruins the whole plot of the movie. What else? Oh yeah, and then the other thing is she knew exactly where the hard drive was. She just didn't want to tell nobody. But I've been talking mad negative about this movie. Let me tell you the things that I do like. I really like the duality that they did between animated and regular, like animated and live, because they did do a lot of animated. Well, they did a lot of animated, at least in the beginning of the movie, which made it start off really cool. Because it kind of just like pushed along like the backstory, and then so that the actual movie would shine instead of it being mostly backstory and then being the movie afterwards. Which honestly, I feel like it would have been more cooler because then you're just rushing the backstory. But I do like how they made it animated and all this other stuff. I really like their song. The song, like the soundtrack was really cool to me, because they, like, the music that they used was like, it fit a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, they had a lot of really good songs in there, actually. Like, I had to put like 2 on my playlist. What else? I think that having Jade as the main character was also, and the person that they picked for Jade was also really cool. I've seen a lot of things online saying that she was too, like, cold-hearted, I guess. But if you really think about it, like, what she went through, I would be cold-hearted, too. She did go through a lot. Like, she lost her parents, and then, accidentally killed her brother. So it's like, I definitely understand where that's coming from. I don't know. I just feel like the plot could have been held better. But to be honest, for it to be a low budget cut movie, and for it to be, all the extra things that had to do with it, like, for it to be low budget and somebody with a black, lead, I feel like it really was as best as it could have been. I think we definitely should have more black leads in movies, for sure. And black woman leads at that. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.